Welcome, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Get Good. Today's episode is for February 24th. In fact, today's live stream is not a live stream, it is a video. And I'm very lucky to have a special guest with us today to talk about tax filing, especially tax filing at RCD. So let me just have a little background about tax filing. RCD has been doing tax file for quite some time, and we're very, very lucky to have a very strong team of volunteers and staff working with participants filing their taxes. And during the pandemic, things are a bit different, so we'll talk about all that. And first, I want to introduce you to our guest for today, Po. Hey, Po, how are you doing today?
How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Thank you for taking the time to come in to talk about Tax Clinic. Now, usually when it comes to tax, I'm absolutely fearful because I don't know anything about it, but I'm glad that you're here to talk about this today. Now, maybe first, not a lot of people from RCD are too familiar of like what you do here and who you are. Maybe you can first talk about your background and how you're linked with RCD.
Sure. Thanks for inviting me. It's my pleasure to come here. And my name is Po, and I've been doing tax for about 35 plus years. So, and I do all kind of tax stuff. And I'm with RCD for about 6 years now. I see a lot of different people come in here, and mostly seniors and low income people.
So this is something that you want to volunteer to do. Now, most people like me, we're running away from taxes, right? We're trying to stay away from filing our taxes just because it's complicated, it's all math, it's very, very tedious work. You, from the sound of it, you really enjoy doing this?
Oh, yeah, sure. Because that's my profession. I do a lot of tax before. And I see that like this is a very good program. This is a joint effort between the RCA and a different organization to help out all the low-income people and family and seniors. Because a lot of people, just as you mentioned, afraid to do tax. Mm-hmm. But we have to do it.
That's right.
Because especially the low-income people, they need to file the tax return in order to get their benefit.
Right.
Because if they don't file it, they don't get the benefit. And that's a requirement because they want to know how much you earn.
Right.
So that's why they have to do it. And a lot of people, I know a lot of people, they're afraid to do it because they're afraid to make a mistake.
That's right. My goodness, a CRA will come after me.
Yeah,
right?
That's right. They thought they're going to be get penalized.
Right,
so that's why we are here to help them.
Excellent. So now talking about CRA, I understand that you have to be be part of something called the CVITP. Can you explain to our viewers what the CVITP is?
Oh, this is a joint effort between the tax CRA and different charitable organization or community. They want to help out low income families or individuals to file their tax return.
And
the government, they provide the free tax program for us to do the tax return on behalf of the individuals or families.
And it's called the Community Volunteer Income Tax Program.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Awesome. And basically everybody that who volunteers here at RCD will have to become the CVITP first.
Yes, they did. Because we have to have a background check.
Okay.
So to make sure all the information are keep confidential.
Okay.
Because we have to apply for it,
Right.
and the CRA, after check it, they approve it, and then they say, yes, go ahead, you can do it. Because they won't just let anybody
Right.
go do it. Because,
Yeah,
because we access to a lot of confidential information.
Right. You don't want me doing your taxes, folks. This is definitely not the right person
Yeah,
for
because they
it.
want to qualify people too.
That's right. That's right. So I understand they do this process every year.
Yes, they do. Yeah.
Okay.
They do every year. Actually, some organization may do it year round too. They help out. Yeah.
Okay. Very cool.
Especially at tax filing time, because
Awesome. Now, let's talk about our tax clinic. So what is the criteria to access our service? So I actually have a slide here to show, but let me just we can talk about this and
Yeah, sure.
why this is the case. So first of all, I understand that it is for low income.
yes, it is.
Okay.
Yeah, because like a low income family or individual, because they cannot afford to pay for a professional
Right.
people
And
to
it's
do.
not complicated,
Yeah,
right?
and basically a simple tax return, and like you only, for example, you have employment income or pension,
Right.
or like CPP or
Benefits,
OH, yeah,
right.
and
Social assistance.
RSP or a small amount of investment income. And like we don't do the complicated one, like this, for example, self-employment,
Right.
and they should get a professional to do for them. And we don't do the rental income, or they have own foreign properties and such things. Those things, if they own foreign property, they probably should afford to hire
That's right.
professional.
They probably have an army of accountants to
Yeah.
do that kind of work. Okay, so now I understand that there's a limit to each person.
Yeah, because for one person it's 35,000, and then and two person they do 45,000.
Okay.
And three is we have 47,000.
This is a family then?
Yes, a family. So that's yeah.
Okay, so now do you often see a whole family coming into RCD to do this kind of tax filing?
Oh yes, we do. There's a lot of family. They have kids. A lot of time, because when they come, because they bring the whole family too.
okay,
It used
okay.
to be anyway before the COVID. Yeah.
I see. Right. So you know that's a good topic.
Yeah.
Let's talk about COVID. So in the past 2 years,
Yeah.
I understand it's changed a bit. The way that we have the RCD tax
Yes,
clinic
yes, sir.
helping out the community is completely different. So before, let me just illustrate the picture, the scenario for our viewers is that we have people coming in. They line up at the door.
Yes, they
then
are, yeah.
one by one, by the way, we have a team of about 8 volunteers and 2 staff helping out in this program. So one by one, they come in, and then volunteers such as Pope will help them one by one to file the tax. Now, fast forward to like 2 years ago now, it's a bit different. So how are we doing the tax filing now?
Now basically we do it. You contact RCD, and either online or
You can
by
call
phone.
us. Yeah, you can
by phone.
definitely call us.
Yeah, by phone you can contact Kathy, so that you can make an appointment, and then if you by online you can just scan your stuff and
okay.
email us.
Okay.
If you don't have access to a computer to email us, then you can drop by.
Drop off. Yeah.
Give me an appointment. Drop by your stuff. You leave it here, and we have staff to help you, and then make sure you get all the stuff, and then we can do it. After we do it, and then we notify you, and then you come to pick up your copy.
Now, from my involvement, I set up the private cloud access. So just for the viewers who's interested in knowing some of the details, that the material that we keep are absolutely confidential. So when clients send us the information, we keep it in a private cloud server. And once that material has been processed and sent into CRA, that material is completely deleted and destroyed. So we don't keep anything in our hard drives after this.
Yeah, same as us. When I do tax return, we normally save it first to make sure everything is right. After we e-file it, then we delete the file too.
That's
on
right.
our personal computer.
So it's changed a bit. So people either drop by and drop off their tax documents and have you file it, or they just submit this through email after connecting with either Kathy or Jer, as you can see on the previous page.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, that's quite convenient.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Now let's talk about the files, like the documents. What kind of documents do people need to bring when they drop off their documents, and what kind of documents do they need to send it through email if you're connecting with Kathy or Jer?
Well, one thing is like if you if you have access to your last year's return or the notice of assessment, that's very good. If you have a copy, then you can bring that too. Then we can confirm your name and social insurance number, everything. And then along that, you can bring your T4, T5, T4A, your CPP or OH slips, and then also your social assistant, the slip, the T5007.
You're really good with your numbers, Bo.
Yeah. You get all the slips, bring it with you, or scan it and then email us.
Now, what happens if you forgot? Let's say you forgot one particular slip, or you received it quite late, but it's already been filed. What happens then?
Oh, if we already filed, so what happened is you have to write a letter. Attach that slip and notify our CRA.
Right.
So that
there's
more
work. More work afterwards.
Then they can make the adjustment. Because like once you file, we cannot redo a return for you.
So basically, once you submit it, it's gone.
It's
right.
gone,
It's not something that you can edit and resend it again.
No. Okay. Because it confused CRA too. Because you send in one and then send in the second one.
That's right.
E-file, they won't let you do it because e-file they have a record. You file already.
Oh, and the program won't let you.
They won't let you. So in a way that you have to attach it and write a letter to them. And, I missed this, so they would make the adjustment themselves.
I see. Wow. So folks, you hear from Paul. Bring all your tax documents the first time you're here, all right? Because once you have to do it afterwards, it's a lot more work. You have to write a letter, then you have to mail it into CRA. It's a lot more work. Better to do it right the first time around.
Also, added is like some people, they have a disability benefit, claiming that deductions, then they should bring that letter from CRA to prove it so that you can claim it.
Oh, right. Very cool. Okay, so let's talk about some of the successes behind all this. Like there must be a success story behind the tax filing service. Otherwise, why are you coming here year after year, right?
Oh, I guess like I've been doing for 6 years, and I see same people keep coming back to do it, eh? So that means they must be happy with our service.
Okay, yeah, that's true. That's true. Yep. And I can see you volunteers. Volunteers. We have again 8 very, very dedicated volunteers for this program. They come back year after year, and I think this by itself is a success story.
And also, I think it's very convenient too for people to e-file. Because if you do a paper tax return for the seniors, they forgot to mail it.
Right.
They might forget it.
That's
so
right.
That's why e-file, they file already, it's gone. So they don't have to worry about anything. So I think that's very convenient for them.
And we have all the devices here. So this is particular for seniors. Like if they just have this kind of a technology barrier, then they can come in here, bring all the paperwork here, and then we can submit for them through
because
e-filing.
once we file with the CRA, we get the confirmation, and we will print a confirmation and give it to them, so that they know, oh yes, filed. They have a number.
Right.
So if any question, they can refer to that number too.
So I was talking with Jer, one of the staff in charge of this program. So she mentioned that just last year we have 250 filings done just from last year, and this number is growing year after year.
Yeah.
And she's also seeing more students, seniors, we understand, but we're also seeing more students filing too.
Yeah.
I think that must be because of the tax deduction from the tuition.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, there's more deductions, and plus a lot of times they might have a part-time job too.
Okay.
And they need to tuition. They can claim for tax deductions too.
Right,
So
right.
and
So
all
that's
kind
like
of assistance from
Yeah.
the government. So they have to. So that's why they file it too.
It's maybe a good year or two of them, having a tax break. So it's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about some of the challenges. We talked about COVID, but COVID aside, were there any challenges that you felt during the last 6 years that
I
you've been
find
here?
sometimes what happens is that's why I asked them if they have a previous year's assessment notice to bring it with them, then we can check the names. Sometimes the name is different.
Oh, different name.
Yeah, because sometimes I see people, they have their driver's license is different name
Right.
with the government, like for the CRA.
Okay, and what do you do then?
Because that's why sometimes we file it, they say, oh, they couldn't find that person. It's not this, it doesn't match.
Okay.
The social insurance number, they matched the name. Sometimes people have the last name is spelled differently, or maybe they
Right.
arrange it differently. The first name and last name, they got mixed up.
Right.
So that's why, because if they have that, then it's a lot easier. Otherwise, then we'll have to try it.
Like
Try
you
by
have to
error.
Try. Oh, okay. So in the e-filing, you can
Yeah.
actually enter something.
They don't accept it. They say doesn't match.
Oh, okay. So the SIN number doesn't match this name, so it
Yeah.
would give you an error.
Error, because they cannot file it. They're not acceptable.
And then you change things
they
around,
try,
and it works.
they say the name is not the same.
I'm understanding this a lot more as
Yeah.
well. But thank you, Paul.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about some of the. We talked about the documents already, so we understand that there's a lot of documents that we have to bring. So let's talk about the dynamics between the volunteers, because I understand that this is like a year-round get-together for you guys.
Yeah.
Before the pandemic, I know that you guys get together and have lunch and then talk about the cases and stuff like that, or the new procedures and stuff like that. Was it like that for you?
Oh yeah, because we have meetings and have to talk about the new procedure, and or every year they have changes too, the tax changes. Then we talk about it, and then actually they have seminar online to you can attend, so that they see update, see what changes.
Okay, so every year they have these online seminars.
Yeah,
that you
they
have to
do.
attend.
Yeah, you can access to it, so to update, see what's going on.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. Now, I just want to remind all our viewers that the video that we have, sure, you can comment, but make sure you don't type in any of your personal info, even if they're just questions for us. It's always better to directly call Kathy or Jer. They are the staff who are managing this tax filing service. And you can also email them, and I'll show you the email address. You can just email everything related to tax filing to this email, taxfiling@rcdrichmond.org. I think this is a good time for us to stop, Poe. And anything you want to add before we go?
I think that's about it. Yeah.
Pretty thorough.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've been going on for 20 minutes all on taxes. I can't even believe I was talking about taxes for 20 minutes.
Oh.
Thank you, Paul.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah.
So, folks, we will be back. Mainly me not Poe, because I'm done talking about taxes. We'll be back next month with a brand new topic. And again, we try to stream at the end of every month, last Thursday every month at 1 o'clock. But if we can't, we'll try to set up a video. We'll premiere it on that time. So if you have any questions at that time, you can actually type. I believe the live chat is on during that time, and you can type out a question, and staff will be standing by to answer your questions as well. And I think this is a good time for us to say goodbye, and I hope to see you all next month. Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye now.